Hi, everybody. What's on my mind, number 20? So, 20 weeks we have been doing What's on My Mind. First, let me say, all praises go to the creator of all things known and unknown. To you we pledge our loyalty, our love, and our all. Amen. So, number 20. Very powerful. I've been thinking about this topic for a long, long time. And I really didn't want to get into it, but I think now is the time is right. And my topic is be woke. Now we see that these group of men decided it is time. It is time for us to make our move. And they decided that they want to kidnap a governor. They also want to kidnap a governor that Trump been picking, plotting, probing, and doing all kind of things to her. They wanted to kidnap her, torture her, kill her, and overthrow the government of her state. They planned technically to kill law enforcement. And they're planning to kill their own. Now, let's be woke. And this particular What's on My Mind number 20 is geared to us black and minority peoples in America. Let's not be drawn into their conflict. One, there's several levels that I got to go through, and I'm trying to, in my mind as I talk, bring them out. One, these group, Proud Boys. There was a group of names I was hearing on the night, but I don't really pay attention to them. But these groups have been training for a while. And I think I said one of my old What's on My Minds, that I remember these guys were out in the wilderness in California, in the Midwest, since the 60s training. Now, all of their generation's too old to fight, but they got a new crop of young men that out there that's willing to fight. But my point was, they've been training for today, for a long time. We have to be smart enough to know that the government been training these men. Even though these men hate the government and their goal is to overthrow the government, I'm pretty sure that the government have got into their groups with undercover agents and been training them, but haven't changed their hatred onto us as yet. Now, we have to be aware that the government, I live in the city of Boston. I'll say the name. I always say the Northeast, but I live in Boston. I've been watching the government, the military, been training with their helicopters and their planes that propellers go this way and that way. I don't know if you've seen them. Through the city of Boston. They've been flying maneuvers around the high rises, and they've been going back over the airport, over Amtrak, and through the city. They've been practicing, I've noticed, for the last 4 years, off and on. Not every day, but some days. Also, they used to bring police from different parts of the country, used to come to Boston. We had the old Boston Herald, Record American building. Used to be a newspaper building that they abandoned, and they used to come in and practice maneuvers in this building. Search, they call it search and hunt and search. They have somebody go hide up in this building, and they have to go and clear out the building and find the person. But they brought all these men from all over the country, used to come in and practice with law enforcement. And they've been practicing for a while. Now, our young black men been arming themselves. And they're getting ready for a fight. And this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk to us. Black men. We have to be very smart in everything we do. Do not get drawn into their fight, because they want to suck us into their fight, for they could train these white group of men that they should be killing us and not the government. Because you know the military and the police is going to side with them, and they're all going to gang out and run through our community. That's what the government's hoping for. But if we don't take the bait and get into that conflict, these young men are still mad at the government, and they're going to do what they're going to do. Now, for us, we've never been, since we've been in this country, a offensive fighter. We always fought a defensive fight. And I think right now, how this is and what's going on, that's the best fight that we should do. We're not looking to go out there and fight no Proud Boys, none of the group. Your fight's not with us. Your fight is right where you are aimed at, the government. We don't have nothing to do with it. You do your thing. But do not think that you're going to just come in our community and kill us. That is not going to happen. To us, to the black men, getting back to you all. I used to have a saying about me protecting my household, my family. It's easy to break into my house. That's the easy part. The hard part is to get out. You could come into my house, but you're not going to leave the same way you came in. That was my philosophy. I know there's nobody that could move around my house in the dark as good as me. Because you come in my house at night, all the lights are off. There's no way that you can move around my house in the dark. Because my house was booby-trapped, and I was ready for you. What am I saying? Black men, know your community. Know where and how you will fight to protect your community if something happens. Know where all the electricity boxes, relay boxes in your community are at. Because every community, Edison has a station which control the electricity through your neighborhoods. Know where they're at, for you could turn them off and turn them on at your will. The communication towers, know where they're at. I'm sure that in your town, just like my town, Boston, where they put the 5G antennas up and the cameras up, know how to disable them. It's not that hard. When you build your units, have different levels of unit. Yes, we have fighting men, but also have people that's in IT. Have your command group. Now, when you're setting up your officers in your levels of command, your inner command should be only people that you grew up 1, 2, 3 red light. From grade school on up. Because just like the government have people in the other groups, they have people in your groups. There are informants in your group. Realize that. Okay? You know the people that grew up with you. You know who's the weakest. You know who's the strongest. You know who will be easy to turn and who will not be turned. These are the things that you have to be prepared for. Also, make sure that you have a lot of water. Make sure that you have a lot of dry goods. Make sure you have enough food. And ammo. Every single day, you all need to go to the store and buy a box of ammo. Every single day. Understand. Listen to what they're saying about these guys that they grab for who was trying to get the governor. They was buying tactical gear, armor. They was building bombs to blow up bridges. Okay? So they're not running around playing cowboys and Indians, pow, gangsters, robbers. I don't know what you all call the game. They ain't playing at that level. So as you are planning to defend your community, they are also planning to box you in. So when you have your levels of defense, always have 3 extra ways to get out. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, than DEFG. Be ready. Because it's going to happen. But like I said, we're not trying to get caught up in no crap. Because I am sure that the government will come and try to shoot 2 or 3 black brothers and say that they Proud Boys. Just like in Seattle, the black people filmed the police setting fires and running back into the police station, and they want to blame us for setting the fires. So let's not get caught up in no bullcrap. I'm sure that if they can't shoot a couple of us to get us agitated to go out at them, I'm sure they do it the other way around. Get some blackface to go shoot some of them and run back into our community. So we also have to be alert when they have some blackface to go kill them and they run in our community. You grab the blackface and you give it to them. They're not part of us. They're not in our philosophy. They're not part of our community. We have no association with them. You can have them. There's no loyalty to blackface. None. Because their whole goal is to kill you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your culture. Their loyalty is to the government, Trump, whoever, and let them go there. Don't do your crap and run up to me. It's not going to happen. So let's be woke. Let's get ready to defend ourselves in our house. I always say, do not force yourself in no community where they don't want you. Let's live in our own community. Let's defend our own community. Let's defend our right to live. But in doing that, we do not have to go out into nobody else's community, into nobody else's world to do anything. That's their problem. Let them solve their own problem. But do not cross that line into my community, because we're not going to play that, because we woke. That's what's on my mind, number 20. I don't believe that I really expressed it right, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, and you understand what I'm saying. So what I said was very basic. You all take it to the levels that you need to take it, and take it much more higher than where I'm taking it. Like I said, know your community, control everything in your community. The electric, through your community. Communications, through your community. Access roads in and out of your community. Water, stores, medicine, ammunition. Control that in your community. Okay? We have enough black officers and police and law enforcement in our community. You need to build a relationship with them. Because believe it or not, when shit goes down, they're going to try to turn the black officers on us. But the black officers are smart enough to know that they are target too. Because they have weapons. And the white people ain't going to let them have their weapons too long. So they know, I'm sure they already figured this out. What side of they're going to fight on and where they're going to be. So get a relationship with your officers, black officers in your town. Be in relationship with them because they're good men. Okay? And you're good men. And good men have to stick together. That's all what's on my mind, number 20. All right? Be woke. Be woke.